at the San Francisco Jagannath Ratha Yatra. We're here following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the founder, Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Came to San Francisco around 1966 and inaugurated the Sri Jagannath Ratha Yatra, which first took place on a flatbed truck. This festival is enacted yearly. It just happened in Jagannath Puri. It's an enactment of one of Krishna's eternal pastimes in Vrindavan, or actually in Kurukshetra. But all the residents of Vrindavan who are feeling separation from Krishna go to Kurukshetra to meet him, because he goes there from Dwarka to observe a religious ceremony during the eclipse of the sun. Millions of people came there to see Krishna, great sages, but most importantly, the residents of Vrindavan, Krishna's hometown, had been in separation from him for over 100 years. When they heard of the festival that was taking place at Kurukshetra, they went there clandestinely to meet Krishna. And this Ratha Yatra is an enactment of that pastime, because there at Kurukshetra, although Srimati Radharani and the gopis met Krishna again after so long, their reunion wasn't complete, because they said, it's not the same. You're here in a royal garb. We want you the way you were back in Vrindavan, with a peacock feather, wearing simple dress and decorated with elements from the forest. And so they were pining for Krishna, even though they were right in front of him. This kind of separation is celebrated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the highest spiritual emotion. And they begged Krishna, come back to Vrindavan, be with us there. And so, as Prabhupada explains in many of his lectures, when he would frequent the Ratha Yatra festivals, that as the residents of Vrindavan wanted Krishna to come back to them, they pulled him back to Vrindavan with the ropes of love. And when we're pulling the cart, this is an enactment of Krishna coming back to Vrindavan. It takes place in Jagannath Puri, India, the east coast of India. It's a city called Nilachala, where Lord Jagannath resides, and every year he comes out of the temple. He boards his chariot, Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra, and then millions of people come, literally, and they pull the ropes, and they're pulling him to the Gundicha Mandir, down Grand Road. And the Gundicha Mandir represents Sri Vrindavan Dham. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He expands himself into many different forms to exchange loving devotion with his eternal parts and parcels, the living entities. But the topmost of all the relationships are enacted in Sri Vrindavan Dham. And even though Krishna lives in Mathura, also in Dwarka, he's only thinking about Vrindavan in those places, and he's always pining to come back there. So all of you who pulled the Ratha Yatra cart today, how many of you got a chance to pull on the ropes? Say Haribol. This is, as Srila Prabhupada used to say, is a very feeling festival. So we're very grateful to Jagannath Swami Prabhu, who's been overseeing this festival for decades, helping to keep it going every year so that we can all come here and follow in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who also attended Ratha Yatra in Jagannath Puri, where he lived with all his associates. We can consider ourselves very fortunate to be participants in this very feeling festival of Vrindavan, a very esoteric festival and very joyful festival. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. There's a center on Stewart Street in Berkeley where you can come see Lord Jagannath anytime. You can even move in there if you wish. And We have centers around the Bay Area, also in Mountain View, for those of you who live a little further down. And now I'd like to introduce you to the temple president of ISKCON Berkeley, a good friend of mine, Jagannath Swami Das. Please give it up. Thank you.
Okay, so welcome to the 58th annual Ratha Yatra Festival. 58 years since Srila Prabhupada initiated in 1967. So Srila Prabhupada wrote one time, he said, so I leave it up to you to perform this Ratha Yatra Festival. And if it can be done consistently around the world, this will be the success of our movement, and my dream will come true. He didn't write that to me. He didn't write to anybody. He said, I leave it up to you. That means all of us. So it's all of our duties to put on Ratha Yatra. It's not just mine or anybody else's. As Prabhupada said, I'll leave it up to you. He didn't put my name on it. Okay? He didn't put anybody's name. He just meant everyone. We got to continue Prabhupada's legacy. Srila Prabhupada loved Golden Gate Park so much. One time he said, can we buy Golden Gate Park? He said it. He did say it. So it doesn't matter how much money it costs. When I first started doing it, it was only $7,000. Now it's close to $90,000. But it doesn't matter. You know why? They spent $1 million for Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. For what? Have a giant turkey balloon, which they eat. Ronald McDonald balloon, which I like to, all right? Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse. So if they can spend $1 million for Ronald McDonald, a turkey balloon, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, we could spend $1 million for Lord Jagannath and Prabhupada. Right? It doesn't matter how much money. It doesn't, you can't put a price tag in Prabhupada's legacy. Can't do it. So keep it going. And thank you everybody so much for the donors. Hansa, 20,000. Deru Brahma, 10,000. Mrs. Kapoor here, 3,000. Krishna Kumar, 4,000, whatever, it all adds up. It doesn't matter if you give $100, $51, but I have to say, the big donations, they add up a lot quicker, okay? So, thank you very much. Now, what we're going to do a George Harrison tribute concert. George Harrison was very instrumental. He wrote My Sweet Lord, #1 hit. So, next to Srila Prabhupada, he promoted the Maha Mantra more than anybody in the world. So we're going to play George Harrison's devotional songs. So he did a lot for the movement. Srila Prabhupada loved him. Srila Prabhupada gave him his ring. So we're going to do 7 of his devotional songs. These nice devotees here, we had one rehearsal. And, come here, your name? On guitar, we have
Adam.
And on the bass, come on. And the singer, come on, come. On the lead singer, we have
Bhakta Zo.
And on the bass, come on. Vaisesika's disciple, very good bass player. He played with me last Monday, first rehearsal, and he did a very good job. And your name, Prabhu?
Ekachakra Prandas.
Okay, so we're going to play some spiritual, progressive rock and roll. But it's all spiritual. It's all about Krishna. And so we're going to do it now. Then after that, we're going to play an electric kirtan. So we're going to go right now. Here we go. And the woman from Russia, the Russian devotees are going to watch us play right now. We want to welcome all the Russian devotees.